Hello, person who clicked on this video. I'm Creativity and I'm going to be working on my project again. So this is actually the third video in a row that I have done this today. I have been having a lot of time, so very happy about that. I'm going to be continuing doing her dress. I do still see that I forgot a small little detail I still need to fix. And of course I have a few details I would like to do. I want to actually, when I use a silver again, do of course her little moon here, but I also would like to thin it out and put a little like thin layer on top of her horn to make it a bit more shiny, because it needs a bit of a magical feeling towards it. I still see here there's a dot. I don't know from where it came from in the mouth, but I would really like to scratch it off, but it's not happening, so I will have to paint it over it. And I still have her nails I would like to paint like dark blue. So yeah, I would be doing her dress first, and at the end I'm gonna do the rainbow dagger. Let's see what I'm gonna be working on first, but I do believe I'm gonna be doing the dress so that while that is drying I can be able to work on the other details without having stuff all over each other. It's very sad. I was drawing like a few hours ago. I did take a break and everything dried out, so I have to put it back on the palette. I'm trying to be very scarce with how much paint I'm using because I want to keep those paints as long as I can. I did actually see right now a little detail I would like to put in here. That looks nice. Okay. And now I can continue with the dress. I am quite excited to finish up this drawing. I think most likely I'm going to be trying to finish it this weekend. I do really want to start doing other things. I have been thinking like, oh my goodness, I can try doing the next sketch of Nightmare Moon. I could draw a smaller drawing that I have on the side that I have been wanting to do. So there are a lot of opportunities. My paintbrush lost another hair, but it also smeared a bit on her hand. It's kind of sad. I'll have to fix that as well. Okay. I'm trying to have like a smooth transition in the dress. I don't really want it dark. I do like how the dark blue looks like when it is a bit faded, so I will be trying to be keeping that. How it looks like. I do also want to lighten up some parts of it, but I believe that will be happening a bit later. I actually put some more water on my brush. I think that was a bit too much. There we go. Because I'm watering it down so much, I'm having problems getting a smoother transition. But it's okay. I want to actually put some white on my palette. I want to start doing the changes that I wanted to fix. Okay. If you hear a few muffles, I think it's my boyfriend in the other room. He is playing video games with his friend. So it might be a bit loud, but I am hoping that he's not going to be bothering much. I'll have to see about her dress. The changes between like her main dress and not the main dress, like her sleeves, is going to be very much a difficulty because the dress itself is going to be quite dark. So having the rest of it a bit lighter would have been the case that I wanted to do, but it's a bit difficult, especially since her skin tone is so light. I don't want her skin tone to be too like the same as her dress, because that's not gonna be good, especially since I really want everything to be looked at and being nice and cohesive with each other. I don't really think that this color fits here. I have to put a different color here. This blue, I think, is this one. So let me try putting a little bit on the palette and trying to give it a little bit of a lighter. Oh yeah, that is, I think, the color that we're missing here. Kind of. Let me mix that in here a bit. There we go. So it looks a bit more cohesive with itself. I want a bit more paint here. There we go. I do believe this color is a bit difficult to mix up with everything else, But also think it's also because here the finger had a much more darker color. I do believe I did a mix up of everything. Here I was trying to make it a bit darker, remember? Let me see if I can lighten this up and actually mix it, because I do want it still to be cohesive with itself. So it's a bit too much white. I do believe like this it looks okay enough. It still looks a bit dark, but I think it's not as noticeable as earlier. Let me go back to here and oh, I think I need to leave that a bit to dry. I'm being very much going over it right now again and again, so I'm gonna leave it. I do need here like a lighter color. I think I'm just gonna take the next lightest color and put it on the palette. Go. This color and this color look so like the same on the palette, but they are so different. They're quite different from each other. Should I add this over here? I don't think so. Maybe I add it to the sleeves instead. There we go. I do believe I want to have stripes here on the sleeve so that I can have two different types of blues, maybe. I could have also like maybe done only one color, but then blended differently, that I have a lighter parts differently from each other. I will have to see. I don't know if stripes would be too weird for her dress. I mean, if we do stripes, it would fit with her ring that I put it here. It's very difficult. I should have done, I think, this color the same as this one. I'm having struggles with how to paint the dress. Put some of this in here. I mean, it is lighter. The problem is that it's not that much of a difference. It doesn't add anything different. I do believe I can go over this with the dress color, but I do want to have a few spaces where this is going to be much more lighter, so let me actually get a light color and add it over here and try to blend this in. I mean, I'm not that scared of like ruining this, especially since I can go over it with a darker color. I don't really think that fits, which is problematic. I mean, I like that it's lighter, but I don't really think that fits that well. I mean, this is currently wet, but I don't really think that does anything. I don't know. I do believe, I think I'm just gonna leave the dress very dark and I'm not going to change as much. Let me actually take this dark color and put it over here. There we go. Or maybe I have to blend a light color with the same color of the dress so that it looks a bit more cohesive to be able to blend with each other. I'll have to see. Let me actually put the dark color on the other color as well, so it's a bit more cohesive. I do believe it still looks much more darker than the other one, so maybe now I'll have to use both of them in both. Yeah, it does make this color a bit deeper. Interesting. Also put a stripe here for the end of her sleeve. There we go. There we go. Very interesting. What I could also do is just take some water and draw the other part of her sleeve without really coloring it in. Just watering down the color that is right next to it and having color on the other sleeve. This one's a bit more darker, but I think that's okay. We can go over it with a much more lighter color here. Yeah, that dried out. That doesn't look that good. I do believe I'm just gonna keep the dark color for the entire dress. Here. That does look much better. There we go. While that's drying, I'm gonna try to fix a small mistake I did earlier, which is up here. There we go. Well, that's fixed. We could also do her mouth. With a darker color. I'm go in here and darken everything a bit. There we go. That will also help her tongue stand out a bit more. What else did I want it to do? The thing with the silver I'm gonna do much more later. Dress seems a bit more dry, so I can go back to this situation. I think I'll take some of the light blue and some of the white and just make this a very low light sleeve here. Take some of this and actually put some over here too. And I'm just going to take some of the blue and just add some of the blue. So this is still blue. And then we have a very light part of the sleeve, which is quite nicely blended, to be honest. I did not know if I wanted to keep it that light, but I do believe that's gonna give something to the sleeves that will catch your eye, because everything else is so like dark around it. There we go. Just going to try to glue this together and go over here. There we go. That one is a bit more lighter because of the white. There we go. There we go. A lot of there we goes. But I do believe that like this, having it a bit lighter is nice. I think I need to let it dry. I think this part of the sleeve I wetted a bit too much. Maybe I can go back to over here. Fill that up again. Needs to be a bit, yep, a bit thick. I think the dress is going to be okay without me putting too much lighter color here at the edges. What else do you want to do? We can go back here and do maybe her skin tone? Question mark. Let me just do it like this. There we go. I do believe that this color matches a bit with her skin tone that I did up here. Maybe I need like a darker color. Let's see, maybe this one. It's only a little bit, but having struggles figuring out if that's okay enough of a color or not. This will have to do for now. Waiting for it to dry a bit. I mean, we could give her a manicure now that we're waiting for the rest to dry. I'll have to be quite careful though not to wet my brush too much. Let's see. Did a bit too wet, but this will be fine. There we go. That is quite scary because I can't really fix anything if that doesn't go well. I also do all this. This one looks so dark compared to the other two. Should I put some water in here? There we go. Maybe I can pick up some of the color there, put it down. Some of it. Okay. Go back in here and I also believe I want to do this one. Like that. Okay, let's go do this as well. I'll have to see if I need to darken her dress even more so that her nails don't add up the same color as the dress. So far they do look pretty okay. There we go. So that her nails, all of them have some color. Maybe I could do her dress a bit darker, but I believe so far they are quite okay with each other. What did I want to do? I wanted to do it very dark. There we go. This is not dry again. I can go back over it with my dark colors. I'm also having a bit of struggles. This is the brush where it doesn't have a lot of color nor water in it. I do think so far it has been working quite okay. Looks pretty okay. And I can then also do her collar here and her sleeve back there. Let me go ahead and maybe I will do only the middle dark color so that the dress doesn't mix up with itself. There we go. I want it like that. The color like this onto here. I'm trying to not touch the dagger too much. I put some of the other color also in here since I did in the others. And the rest is gonna be a lighter blue. Kind of like over here, so that both of the sleeves are the same. I do want though to draw into her other part, which one's supposed to be dark and which one's supposed to not be dark. I want to see a bit. I think this is supposed to look like that. And this goes down. furry goes back down like this. There we go. And from the other side, I do want them both to meet up here at the center, so that they create to look kind of like a V line. And then over here, this goes down. There we go. And this one is for the gem. And then going up again. Okay. That one became a bit more lighter than I wanted, but I can go over it again afterwards. I do believe over here, maybe. This should be fine. Anything else that I want to do? Technically, after we do the entire lineup here, I will be able to go through the moon a bit. I can start over here with a lighter color again. Let me put actually some. Like that. I'll have to go through that a few more times. Coloring here. There we go. And after I do that with the dress, I'm just going to move on with the dagger, maybe. Because after that, everything is going to be mostly wet. And I'm not going to be able to work on anything else. I could work on her tear, but I am still second guessing myself. I do believe I'm gonna put it in there, but I will have to sacrifice her face a bit. So I am a bit worried about that, since it's so far into the progress of the painting. I'm going to also put this one into the color. I'm going to put this colors here. There we go. And yeah, I do believe that over here and over here would have been better. That her dress is a bit more darker. I do believe I still want to do that. And the colors I have currently. Yes. So that up here it's a bit more darker, but then it becomes much more lighter later. There we go. So want here to be more dark. That it doesn't mix up with the neckline that I gave her. And I do believe over here would have also been nice if it's a bit darker. I want water. There we go. This one is a bit more wet, the color. I want to actually go through this part here. Without any struggles. And I'm hoping it's not gonna be too dark. Especially about the nails, but I think that's okay enough like this. It looks pretty good. I do believe over here though it was much more darker. I will have to go through that a bit later. Now those lighter colors are also done, but I do still have one place where dark color needs to be added. Here. And over here. Do want to go over some of the other colors. This one. And this one. The weak line I can see. That was not. It looks pretty good. I really like how this is turning out. And other than that, I'll have to see. Maybe I will have to actually put a really thin, like, layer of darker color there so that it is a bit more darker. I'm a bit worried of going over it, to be honest. Just because over there it's supposed to be a bit covered because it's in the back. I'll also go through the lighter parts of her dress and then we can do this over again. I'm actually questioning if I'm also gonna put a bit of a silver in her eyelid where I did the light. I think it needs a bit more shimmer there too. I'm questioning a lot about it, if I want the entire thing to also be a bit glittery like her horn. I think I will do that, maybe. The lighter parts I wanted to go through again. A little bit of blending. I think I'll have to go over those again. It's super difficult, especially since it has a dark color underneath it. Actually a bit dark. There we go. Because of how much of a dark color I put it underneath it just needs more layers so that it can build itself up. Now I could do the silver. Let me see. I think I did that a bit too. Curved inwards. I'm unsure how I could fix that for now. Okay, now I have to actually see. I'll put it over here and then try to water it down. I did dilute it quite a bit. I'm hoping that this has a bit of a shimmer, but it's very difficult to see. I'll have to actually only leave it like that though. And I can put like maybe the same shimmer in her. It's very questionable if that did much or not. Maybe I will go over it again another time. But for now, that will be it. I need my tissue to clean up my brush. I'm a bit concerned. I don't know if I can go over that. Especially because it's silver. I will see about it. Worst case, I leave it like this. But it does bother me a little bit how it looks like. I'll leave it to dry though first. Alright, God, apologies. I don't like how this moon turned out. I want to make it a bit thicker here. I will save it a bit. I mean, I will leave it like this for now. That concludes this video. It did turn out quite long, but I digress. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.